Hi Taurus, I'm Anisha. You can write to me at tarotbyanisha@gmail.com. You can also visit my website www.tarotbyanisha.com, and this is your annual forecast for 2016. Taurans, it's quite an eventful year for you, and we're beginning the year with Uranus. That is, has been there in your chart. It's there in your behind the scenes activities, research, and also a lot of spirituality is focused over here. And this trend carries on for you with Uranus being there in this house of behind the scenes till about 2019. Now Uranus is the wild boy of astrology. He's the teen planet. So wherever he goes, there is a lot of chaos, there's unpredictability, there's a lot of suddenness, and it can also give some amount of restlessness. Now since Uranus is there in this really quiet house, in this really heavy house, which is all about introspection, it's about charity, it's about behind the scenes. And here Uranus is just generally coming and creating a lot of chaos. So there can be feelings that are really deep inside. There could be a lot of churn that could be really happening for you. It's been happening for you for the last couple of years, and it carries on for you till about 2019, Taurians. A lot of you will be forced to look at maybe feelings, thoughts, experiences, that happened in the past, but they could be surfacing, they could be coming up for you, and you would be forced to examine them. Also during this time, you will find that Uranus will help you release from unconscious patterns. Maybe there have been certain things that you've been unable to drop from your life, but Uranus is going to be coming and giving you that courage, or even that reckless freedom, where you will just say, okay, fine, let me just get rid of this. And you might adopt unusual approaches to helping others, or even to be finding, say, you could be one of those beneficiary who doesn't really want to be named. You can be this person who is maybe funding somebody's education, maybe taking care of somebody, but you don't want the world to know, you don't want some great accolades or recognition for it. And some of you, however, you can find that your secrets can just come out in the open quite suddenly, because this is also a house of secrets and skeletons in the closet. And it can be that you'll have to deal with it, and also it's a time where you need to be letting go of them, and there's enough, maybe it's not really required, the secrecy or the worry that you have had for this intense, not just privacy, but it's a secret, it's something that you really don't want people to know about. And it's a time where it really gets exposed over here. And the entire process for Uranus in this house now and for the next couple of years also is to detach you from the past. So this is really a preparation to be moving into your first house, the house of self. That will happen in mid-2017. But this entire preparation for you, Taurians, is just that entire churn. It's bringing out everything out in the open. It's making you look at things which are uncomfortable for you. Saturn is there in your house of joint finances, taxes, inheritances, and sexual intimacy as well. And Saturn is there for the next 2 years till about 2017, and Saturn is going to be bringing about situations, circumstances which will force you to understand, learn, transform how it is that you are in your closest and your most intimate relationships, how it is that you deal with people who or how it is that the power is shared amongst in partnerships and closest relationships. Do you play, are you the manipulator? Are you somebody who really insists on manipulating people? And this also is a time wherein that you are again, because it's this energy is quite heavy. So if you have not been sharing your resources, or even of yourself, whether it is a knowledge, or you're just saying that I don't need to be doing certain things, or I am doing my little bit and I don't need to be extended beyond it. It can be finances, it can be intimacy, it can be that you are moving from relationship to relationships, but you're not committing. It can also be that you are intimacy is something that scares you, that you don't want to be intimate with anybody, and you're just happy with the superficial relationships. But now is the time where Saturn is going to be teaching you. It's going to be bringing about enough it's going to be bringing about a lot of situations, a lot of circumstances that can force you to um, force you to change the route that you've been taking so far, Taurans, in order to be dealing with these situations. The main lesson of Saturn for you is going to be to let go control of money and people, Taurans. There is, and this trend has been there for you this entire 2015 of this manipulation of controlling people or controlling money and emotionally manipulating people and using them the way that you feel right. And I think a lot of you, even the Taurians, are not really known for the vindictiveness, but there seems to be a trend where there's a lot of resentment that is there in some of you, wherein that you are refusing to let go. And these are your tools. The control over power and money is something that you feel that you can exercise best as far as your relationships are concerned. So a lot of lessons are going to be given to you in the next 2 years, Taurans, where that you will be forced to look at people, you'll be forced to look at your relationships with different eyes, and even to be dealing very differently with people. And this also aspect, because there's a huge Saturn placement over here, it can be that you can be taught as to how it is that money is shared with your partner, or how it is that you need to be sharing even of yourself rather than putting too many clauses around it. Now Jupiter is there in your house of love, beauty, romance, creativity and children for the first 9 months till about September 9th, and then it's going to be moving on to your house of day-to-day chores and health. And this is something which is going to be giving you a lot of happiness, because Jupiter coming and expanding the house of Libra, it's just going to be bringing more love, more freedom, more space, more creativity. And it's just a time where you're going to be very insistent on having a good time, Taurans. It's not a time wherein that you are going to be taking the conventional narrow route. It's a time where you are going to be inspired to create your best work, and you could be prone to gambling. And while some of it, some of you could be feeling this really recklessness or the need to express yourself or really go wild, but you have to be careful about meeting new romantic partners, and don't sort of be in a rush. So while, and some of you will be coming across some very potential romantic people, but don't be in sort of a rush to commit, and don't be in a rush to take it, say, oh, I'll meet somebody, I'm really madly in love and I'm going to get married tomorrow, and it won't really do too well. For those of you who are attached and are in a committed relationship, it's a great time to be bringing back romance and love into your relationship as well. It's a good time to be being pregnant as well for those of you who are trying to have a baby. And Jupiter being over here in this particular house again, on 10th of September, Jupiter moves from this house of love, romance, creativity and children, and it moves into just quite a mundane house of day-to-day chores. It's a house of health and routine. But Jupiter is just going to be sort of making everything more efficient for you, and you're going to be quite enjoying doing the mundane thing, whether it's grocery shopping or it's just even if it's your own regular work, which may not be really radically creative, but you're going to be quite happy pottering around and doing your own bit over there. And there is also going to be a lot of clarity on how the work needs to be done. You're going to be feeling quite organized, going to be feeling quite in control. And this is also a time where you will be getting along very well with your co-workers. And for those of you who are looking for a job, it's a brilliant time. September is a good time to be, or rather I would say from September, the second half of the year, that is 2016, it's a good time to be looking for changing your career, applying for a new job. All these things are indicated for you. And ensure that you take care of your health as well, that you're eating right, that you're exercising. And for those of you who want to visit a dietitian, it will be extremely beneficial. September onwards, it's a lovely time to be taking care of yourself, and taking care of yourself in the sense not just pampering yourself, but really doing some exercises and making some changes in your day-to-day life as well as indicated. On the 9th March, we have a solar eclipse that is there in Pisces, and this is happening in your house of friendship. It's happening in your house of groups of people with whom you identify with, whom you share similar goals, similar desires. And this is solar eclipse energy is the new moon energy. So it can be that you have just started maybe hanging around with a new group of people, you've just made some new friends, and it can be that you're finding yourself wanting to be a part of group. You just feel this need to belong, Taurines, around this time. It's a good time for those of you who have just picked up a new job, have moved into a new organization, because it's you would be looked upon, people will be happy to sort of include you in things. So there's just going to be a lot of sense of camaraderie that's going to be there. And you are also during this phase, you would be in a place wherein you would want to help others, you would want to do things for others, and a lot of patience is indicated, and even being open as well is one of the key things over here. On March the 23rd, we have a lunar eclipse in Libra, and it is happening in your house of day-to-day chores and health. And lunar eclipses are all about the full moon energy. So something is coming to a closure, something is closing. And because this has to do, it can be that you're just finishing a project. Maybe it has to do with a you're changing your work environment. It could be that some of you are just changing an office, and it could be for some of you are just dissatisfied with your work, and it could be a professional burn for some of you. For on a positive bit of it, it can be that you finish a work project that you could have been slaving at, and your routine may be more mundane than usual. So there is just this sense of desire of wanting to change things, and you could just be feeling really frustrated and saying, I can't handle this monotony, I can't handle the not the stagnation, but it's just a drudgery of doing the same thing daily, which is going to be worrying you. Try not to get too over emotional during this time, Taurus, because this is quite an intense energy. And the thing with the eclipses is that they come. So say if it's on the 23rd, it's not as if it's bang on the 23rd it'll come. The energy begins few weeks earlier, and the effect lasts for the next couple of months as well, at times even 3 to 4 months or so. So try not to get too emotional or feel too intensely around this time, and be happy with what you have, Taurians, and try and get your life more organized, get more disciplined over here. This house also rules your pets, so it can be that if you have a dog or a cat or any pet at home, it could be bringing a lot of happiness to you as well. Mars is going retrograde from April 18th to June 30th, and Mars goes retrograde once every couple of years for about 80 days. And this is going to be happening in your house of intimacy and shared resources and taxes, inheritances. And then it is going to be, in the first half, that is around April 18th, to end April, it's going to be there in your house of joint finances and taxes. And then in June, it's going to be moving on to your house of partnership and marriage. So what to do and what not to do during a Mars retrograde? Do not get in for a divorce. Don't go in for a surgery. Of course, for those of you who have to go in for a surgery and it's unavoidable, then please go for it. But those of you who are looking at a cosmetic thing and going under the knife, or even I would say any other surgery, because surgeries are covered, they come under Mars. So avoid it as much as possible. Do not initiate a divorce, joint finances, power struggles, egos. It's not going to be doing any good. Travel, try not to sort of also make some elaborate travel plans over here, and do not invest in mechanical things. What you should do during a Mars retrograde is that you should refine, you should relook at things, you should revise, you should retweak. So it's a time really of revisiting things. So anything that you are redoing, it's good. Look at it, do your research well. If your house needs to be renovated, you need to be redoing it again, do it all up. Anything new that needs to get or initiated, wait for it till about August. Don't rush into picking up new things. May and October, we have a square between Saturn and Neptune, and squares are normally not They're a bit of an uncomfortable energy, and Saturn and Neptune in any case don't like each other too much, because Saturn is all about structure and Neptune is this easy, wants to just float with everything. And this is because Saturn is there in your house of joint finances and taxes, and Neptune is there in your house of friendship. So it can be that your friendships could be a little out of sync over here, that you could find your friends maybe not being very honest with you. And it can also be that certain, maybe you have a partnership with a friend that may get dissolved around this time, or you may be seeking more clarity for it over here. And things generally seem to be out of balance between the joint finances, partnerships, and as far as friendships are concerned. Ideally, try not to mingle the two, Taurans. They seldom work. And when we end 2016 in December, there's a glorious trine between Uranus and Saturn, and you can expect some fantastic news suddenly. And there's a lot of focus on making a lot of money, spiritual growth, spending time doing things which you love. So really pampering yourself, following your heart, looking at your or rather following your passions. So a lot of focus is going to be there, and because everything is with Uranus being there, it's all going to be sort of becoming churning from inside. Things that really drive you, things that you really want to do in life, or you identify with, all of that is going to be coming up on the surface for you in 2016. It's been a pleasure speaking with you, Taurians. I'll see you soon, and thank you so much for watching.